I still can't believe how many accessories this guy's missing. What's up guys, it's your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you an unboxing and review of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Goku Legendary Super Saiyan Best Selection version. Before I get started, just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nation store exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challengers. So if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe for more unboxings, reviews, and news updates on a weekly basis. And you could even be the one that takes this one home, so why not? Also, if you want to join a community of people that love Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts and we talk about the figures all day and share our figure photography, make sure you check out the Discord for the channel, link in the description. So if you don't know, this is the best selection version of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts ever released. And best selection basically means they took away some of the accessories in order to bring the cost down. That way more people are able to access this figure at a cheaper price. If you're not aware, this is what the original one looked like. So this one was actually released back in November of 2023 for $68 retail. And this new one was released basically now, September 2025, for a retail price of $45, making it $23 less than this one over here. Now, one thing you will clearly notice is a difference in size in the box. So basically, width-wise, it's about 70% the size of the box, and then tallness, it's just a little pinch, nothing too serious there. But yeah, I mean, when this was announced, it was one of the coolest things that Tamashii Nations had done, because this is like I said, one of the greatest figures in the entire line. And if more people can have access to it, especially at a lower price, that makes it better. Now, the big question was, what are they going to remove, in order to bring down the price? One of the ones everyone always anticipated was the Kamehameha effect piece. If you watch the channel for long enough, you know that I basically have this idea that if something has an effect piece, it's going to have like a $20 surcharge. So that was the main thing I thought was going to be taken out. I thought it was going to include everything else. However, in my opinion, I feel like they really cheaped out on this one. This one is basically just a figure, one extra face, and then like 2 pairs of hands extra. Whereas this one had a bunch of different pairs of hands and 3 total extra faces. So they really did take away a lot. So that left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. Also, I mean, when they announced best selection, I really thought they were going to bring the price down to, your standard $34.99 at that time, which is like your general retail figures that you could find at Target or Walmart. However, they only brought it down to $45, which was crazy. I mean, at $35, I feel like this would have been a good deal. Again, the figure is very detailed. It's a supreme figure in my opinion. But yeah, I was really hoping that they brought it down to $35. However, they kept it at $45, which is not retail price for, a Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts, which just kind of sucked in my opinion. And then one last point that also really kind of rubbed me the wrong way is I thought since it was a best selection, this was going to be like widely available everywhere, meaning you could go on Premium Bandai right now and purchase this. However, as of recording this, that's not the case. This is not online and you can't buy it anymore. So kind of begs the question, what was the point? I mean, we're still living right now, so maybe in a month or two, they'll announce that it's, found everywhere, and then that point will be null and void. But as of now, kind of doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, that's enough talking for me. Just want to check out the box real quick here. So as always, look for your Tamashii Nations quality sticker, and then the Toei animation stickers on the back on this one, since the box is pretty small. And then it tells you what series it's from. You have different action shots, all your standard stuff. Let's get them out. So here we have the figure in the clamshell, and as always, I like to give it one quick 360 just so you can see all the accessories and how they're put into the plastic. I know some people really like to see that, but as you can tell, it's very bare bones. Let's get them out. So here we have the figure out of the clamshell, and it's just as amazing as I remember it. I have mine over here, and it's basically the same figure. There's not really a difference. It's just supposed to be at a cheaper price. You could tell all the different details. Basically, I mean, $45 is not a bad deal because it's very detailed. It's an amazing figure. Look at how bulky he looks. Look at all the different details in the muscles. like the pecs and the abs, and then like the different shading from the pants here. You could tell it's like more yellowish down here, and then it's like orange over here. And then of course like the ripped garments here, really detailed, really pointy actually, so be careful if you do have this. Don't poke yourself. And then look at the back muscles. Everything's just crazy. The hair looks amazing. It's actually shaded. You can tell it's lighter on the outside and then it's darker on the inside, which is really, really cool. At the end of the day, I mean, it's an incredible figure. And if you don't own that one and you could find this one for a good deal today, and you don't care about the Kamehameha effect piece, maybe you already have a couple of other figures that maybe came with one, maybe just go with this one. Unless you really, really want some of those faceplates over there, then I'd really consider just waiting for that one. Because if you don't know, by the way, if you don't watch my news updates video, you know that this one is up for pre-order again, which will be delivered next year. So again, if you don't have that figure, number one, recommend get it. Get a pre-order now. Big Bad Toy Store, Toys in the Box, whatever. Make sure you pre-order that. You won't regret it. I promise you that. But anyways, back to this figure. I mean, there's not really much I could say here. I mean, you can see with your own eyes how detailed this is. The boots look great. I love the blue that they use here. And then like the yellow of it looks amazing. And then of course, the belt here kind of moves, so you could have him in different, you know, poses if he's just standing still or if he's flying. And then the ripped shirts and the undershirt down here all look really, really good. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. So in terms of accessories, I mean, it's kind of slim pickings, but he comes with this face here, which is just like an angry Super Saiyan Goku face, just staring down his opponent, Frieza, or whoever you want. The only other face is this one where he's screaming with his mouth open, like maybe throwing a Kamehameha that he does not come with. But any other situation, maybe he's in pain, or maybe, you know, he just witnessed one of his friends getting killed and he's screaming at the opponent. Anything you could imagine, but that's basically it for the faces. In case you're wondering what faces you're missing out on, you're missing out on this one, which is kind of like smirking, and this one, which is kind of angry with his teeth grinning out. And I just noticed you also don't get the additional head. So that's another thing they took away. And here's the Kamehameha effect piece. And here's all the different hands. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional pairs. You know, it's kind of crazy. So we go back over here and he comes with these closed fists ready to punch someone. And then of course he comes with his martial arts hands, which are to do his famous pose here where he's getting ready to fight someone. And then his only other pair of hands is to replicate his, of course, his famous Kamehameha pose. However, this one does not come with a Kamehameha, so that's unfortunate. So that's basically it for the accessories. Now we're gonna move over to the review part of the video. But before, make sure to check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com. It's a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts line. You can find pictures, videos, information on any release, and you could go in there and leave your own ratings for each of the 5 categories that I will go through, just in case you want to have your opinion heard. But anyways, we're going to start with articulation. As always, we start at the bottom here. So the foot rotates 360. You're able to bend it up. You're able to bend it down. You're able to go to the side with the ankle rockers. Pretty cool. The toe bends all the way up, not down. And the knee bends a good amount. You don't need anything more than that. You have a nice thigh swivel here, so you could go inward, outward. The leg extends out this much. It goes up this much, goes back this much. So pretty good articulation there. He is able to bend down at 90, and he has, you know, full 360 rotation at the hip. I don't like to rotate mine that much because, you know, sometimes they pop out, but he can do that if you want. And then he has a nice little ab crunch there. I don't think you need any more than that. It's not incredible, but he has it. And of course, I forgot to take out the plastic on mine, but he swives side to side as well with the obliques. And then at the shoulder, he's able to rotate 360 there. Those big boulder shoulders extend outward this much. Butterfly joint extends inward this much. His finger is basically at his nose there, pretty good. Rotate 360 at the bicep. Elbow bends basically a little more than 90. And then the wrist rotates 360, and it has a little ball peg there, so you could rotate the hand inward and outward. As far as the head here, he rotates 360 pretty easily. Yep, he can look down, he can look up. bent to the side, bent to the other side. I will say be careful with leaving a gap there, because sometimes that looks kind of ugly in figure photography. So always make sure you have that well aligned there. Same thing with the butterfly joint here. If you have it too out, kind of looks a little weird, but I mean, it's an action figure at the end of the day, so it's always gonna have that. Basically, for articulation, there's nothing really missing here. It's really great. I mean, no complaints at all for me, so it's gonna be a 5. Next up is accuracy, and of course, I mean, this looks straight out of the anime, which is what I care about, and I can't give it anything other than a 5. As far as price to plastic ratio, I mean, what can I say? 3 pairs of hands, 2 different faces. That's it for $45. That's kind of embarrassing in my opinion. That's what really brings this figure down. They didn't include the extra head. They didn't include the Kamehameha effect piece. They didn't include like 4 other pairs of hands, and they took away 2 other faceplates and only brought the price down like 23 bucks. So for me, that's really embarrassing, so I'm gonna give it a 2. In terms of scale, I mean, here I have Saiyan Race on Goku. They basically just have to be the same height, which it looks like they are. So yeah, for me, that's gonna be a 5. Lastly, for shelf presence, I mean, I don't really have to tell you much. Of course, he will look way better with a Kamehameha effect piece, but at the end of the day, it's just an incredible figure that would go on any shelf. Even if you don't collect any other Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts, maybe you're just a fan of Dragon Ball, this will go great on your shelf. Like I said, he could go great anywhere, so I'm gonna give it a 5 just because he has the most amazing shelf presence in my opinion. So overall, Goku, Legendary Super Saiyan, Best Selection version, gets a cumulative score of 4.2 out of 5, which makes it a pretty good figure. It would have been an amazing figure if they didn't remove so many things, but at the end of the day, that's Tamashii Nations for you. So overall, I mean, I would say the verdict is, if you're really tight on money and you can't afford like an extra $23, this one will do the job. Maybe you already have a Kamehameha from someone else. Maybe you don't care about the other faceplates. Maybe you don't care about the other hands. Maybe I will give you this tip. Think about the way you want to post this guy. If you just want to put him like something like this, like powering up, then this will do the job. But if you want him throwing a Kamehameha or maybe fighting someone, maybe shelling out the extra $23 is worth it to you. And like I said, the full version is up for pre-order once again, so make sure you get that if you don't have it and you really want it. Other than that, I mean, make sure to head over to DBZSHFIGS.com, go into the Amazon deals tab. You'll find all the best deals currently on Amazon for Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts. But that's basically it for me. If you want a fuller, more in-depth review, check out the review for the full version. That one goes into more detail into the accessories and stuff, but that's basically it for this one. If you're still listening to me at this point, just know that I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day.